Hey guys, so Noctis will be coming together with Car. He will be getting his FR, so let's discuss his kit. So first of all, his FR, should it be used as a main or echo? So the answer here is main. His FR is really good. Both of his condition is really generic. First is you just need an ally, even your own character. Like if Noctis is going to take a consecutive turn, it's still counted that the previous turn was an ally's turn because this ally referred to your party. So 40% easily, and if you have Rydia's call, then everyone can have a level base buff or special effect to get another 40%. Well, Rydia's give level base buff, so that's 40%. But most of the other characters, they already have level base buff or special effect anyway. So 80% is really generic. And what I really like about it is that it works so well with a buff ability, because buff ability, just the normal one, is already 50% bonus in HP damage bonus up. Then you add in 80% because it meets Noctis condition, so there's 130%. If you have Echo buff ability, like the only character that has it now is Aerith, then it's 80 plus 80. So Aerith and Noctis easily just boosted up by 160%. So you imagine you start the fight with 120, now it's Aerith's turn, boom, 2 FR Echo, and you are already at 400 or 500 HP damage bonus. So that is incredibly good. Second part here is that, do you need Noctis BT? The answer is yes, you do need Noctis BT, because if you just want to use him for turn warp, then yes, his BT is not required, but it definitely felt very lacking in that sense. Like, the thing is that why do you actually need turn warp in FR? I mean, like if you, when you know the start of the turn, you use some delay, you push the enemy back, then you set up your team, you use fast charger. So everything happens very quickly, and then after that you activate FR, then character just takes turn and you do whatever you want. So it felt like his turn warp, or basically the point blank whatever that he do, which is to position himself in front of the enemy, is not a hard requirement anymore when you're playing his kit. So in that case, he definitely need the additional utility from his BT, which is that he provide a follow-up attack that is 4 HP dump. That is incredibly huge. So if you want to use Noctis, do use him in that form. So I would say that yes, his BT is definitely required, because only with his BT he does the follow-up attack. So overall, I'm giving him a score of 5 for his FR because it's really good, and 3.5 for his BT. Now, as for his kit, he's a turn manipulator. He does follow attack. If you really need like low turn count, like the turn count is very tight in a specific fight. So because his warp turn is free turn, so it will not count into turn count, if that make any sense. So he's one of the characters that if you like to do 0 turn run, even though you are taking 1 million turn, but because of his buff, all turns are 0, right? So if you have like a fight later on, actually we do have some fight that's only 30 turn limit or 40 turns, so Noctis is indeed useful in that sense, and he's also a very good single target DPS. So how to use Noctis? Well, first of all, we need to know that his LD, EX, the plus version of his S1 and S2 and HP++ triggers point blank follow up, so his FR does not. So point blank follow up is another 4 turn HP dump. So if you use, let's say, his LD, which is 3 HP dumps, then he does follow up 4 HP dumps, then his BT does another follow up, which is another 4 HP dumps. So total, that's 11 HP dumps, which is why his single target damage is actually pretty good. But the thing is that S1 and S2 switches from plus to non-plus, so sometimes you get the additional 4, sometimes you don't, which it might be quite annoying if you are using Noctis as the main DPS unit. So I do prefer to use him more as a follow-up attacker. And here, if you are needing more damage, like if you want to complete the fight within 1 BT phase, the additional 4 HP dump definitely helps. And with Aerith, I believe nearly everyone should have Aerith. If you don't have Aerith, I'm pretty sorry for you. But if you have it, then combo very well with Aerith because of the 160% boost. But the thing is that Noctis, he kind of lack of Brave gain in between HP dumps, so he doesn't really cap very well. So in order to make him cap, you should bring calls like Breach, Kitsif, Alice, Fusoya, and because he's probably not going to take a lot of turn if you put him as a follow-up attacker, like your main DPS is doing all the damage, all the turns. So Breach, Kitsif, Alice, Fusoya call, it will last longer on him. Okay, for support, if you want to bring support, bring those that boost a lot of brave gain or those that grant brave gain in between HP down, like Penelo. Charlotta is very good for him as well. So Sarah, but only like if you use Sarah's FR, then you get that brave gain in between. But anyway, Sarah does gives very high HP damage up, so that does help as well to meet the limit. Like Kurasame also goes very well with him. So the time when to use Noctis is when boss have dangerous attack and you don't want to give it turn, so you use the warp turn to continuously. But again, right, like why do we need to do that when we can quickly delay the enemy or enter summon some before we enter FR phase, then after that enter BT? So it does feel like he doesn't need that technical play anymore, right? So that does making it much easier to use Noctis right now in FR era. Previously, I do understand he is very difficult to use because of the positioning. You want to make sure how your character positions so that you have the good setup, you have, you know, everything's perfectly done. That is very difficult to do, but I do not think that that is a hard requirement anymore to use him in this era right now. So if you need to reposition the team very well for better overall execution of your FR phase, then that's where he come in handy. And of course, when turn count is a problem, then that is when you want to use it. So overall, and obviously for a single target follow-up attack. So which means as long as you have a good aura in your party, as long as one character is there providing all the buffs, then Noctis comes in providing more damage and giving you generic FR. So in that case, he's actually very, very good. He fits very well in a lot of team. So overall, I give him a score of 8 because that you still need something to build around him. He doesn't just come in and provide everything. So yeah, so if you like him, do pull for him. So good luck with your pulls and thank you for watching.